How's it going there, wanderers and thrill seekers? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's raising eyebrows and sparking some serious curiosity. Get ready as we explore the peculiar and sometimes downright questionable world of tourist attractions that, well, some might argue should never have seen the light of day. Before we unravel the mystery, make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button, and join the conversation in the comments. So without any further ado, let's embark on a journey to discover why some tourist attractions might be better off as travel tales than actual destinations. Ready for the ride? Let's get going. Number 10. Crystal Palace, London. The Crystal Palace was a huge glass building made for the Great Exhibition of 1851, the first ever event like that. Whether you wanted to watch a cricket match, ride a roller coaster, see dinosaur sculptures, or just enjoy some amazing views, the Crystal Palace had it all. Some of its immediate successors were the Cork Exhibition of 1852, the Dublin and New York Expositions of 1853, the Munich Exhibition of 1854, and the Paris Exposition. Sadly, in 1936, a fire destroyed the palace. Nobody knows exactly how it started, but only bits and pieces were left afterward. Now, the place is called Crystal Palace Park, remembering the fantastic building that used to be there. Number 9. Maya Beach, Thailand. Maya Beach is in Thailand's Hat Noparat Taramuko Phi Phi National Park. It's on Phi Phi Lay, an uninhabited island on the Krabi province, which is one of the two main Phi Phi islands. Maya Beach isn't just a stunning spot in Thailand. It's where they filmed the 2000 movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. The beauty of the place attracted thousands, but after the movie, it jumped to over 6,000 visitors daily. Maya Bay Beach was closed for over 2 years between 2020 to 2022 by the Thai government to help the ecosystem recover as it had become ruined by the over-tourism. Even though it's one of Thailand's top destinations, having thousands of visitors every day wasn't working well. It started affecting the local environment, so the government decided to close it to let things recover. Number 8. Dead Sea Beaches, Israel. The Dead Sea beaches are incredibly famous for being the water that's impossible to sink into. The salt content keeps people buoyant while also preventing any fish or plants from living in it. The black mud found at the beaches is also a huge draw because of the supposed health benefits. Swimming in the Dead Sea has been a popular activity for centuries. Like many other places on this list, too many tourists and global warming have taken a serious toll. Over time, the water levels have begun to decrease and sinkholes began to pop up one after another. This means that the Dead Sea Beach could be on its way out. Because it's unsafe, it's been closed to the public. Number 7. The Buddhas of Bamiyan, Afghanistan. Afghanistan might not be the first place you'd link with Buddhism, but there were once important Buddha statues there called the Buddhas of Bamiyan. These giant hand-carved statues were made in the 500s, yes, the 500s, and drew visitors for centuries. In March 2001, Mullah Umar, the founder of the Taliban, ordered their destruction, saying they were idols. The Taliban government's decision to destroy the Buddhas faced strong criticism from both local and international communities. Buddhism in Afghanistan was effectively destroyed in the 13th century by Mongol armies during the Mongol conquests, but in 2001, the Taliban destroyed them. Visitors can also explore the caves and passages that connected the monks' spaces. Some groups want to rebuild, but the Afghan government hasn't decided if they'll go for it. Number 6. Porcelain Tower of Nanjing, China. In 1801, it was damaged by lightning and restored, but during the Taiping Rebellion of the 1850s, the rebels who took over the city first destroyed the stairway to prevent its use as an observation tower against them, and in 1856, completely demolished it. It was designed by the Chinese Emperor Yongle and first discovered by the Western world when European travelers visited it. In 1412, during the Ming Dynasty, the Yongle Emperor ordered the tower's construction in the ancient capital of Nanjing. It took 17 years to complete it. There are only a couple of Chinese pagodas taller than it, like the 276-foot Liaodi Pagoda in a bay that's still around, or the 7th century Chong Kong wooden pagoda that was 330 feet tall but doesn't exist anymore. Number 5. Stardust Casino, Las Vegas. The Stardust Resort and Casino used to be a big casino resort on 60 acres along the Las Vegas Strip in Winchester, Nevada. A guy named Tony Cornero came up with the idea and they started building it in 1954. Boyd closed the Stardust in 2006 and the casino was imploded on March 13, 2007. Boyd sold the Stardust site to the Malaysian company Genting Group in 2013 and the property was eventually developed in the resorts world. Parts of the casino still live on across the valley. It was a favorite of the legendary Frank Sinatra and featured Siegfried and Roy's magical show. Even though it was historic, it couldn't keep up with the new Vegas scene. As more casinos and places popped up on the strip, people kind of forgot about Stardust. It just couldn't compete anymore. They tore it down in 2007 to make room for a new casino, but guess what? They later tore down that new casino too, making space for a fresh hotel in the 2020s. Seems like a never-ending cycle in Las Vegas. Number 4. Dunk Bell Rock, Oregon. The Dunk Bell Rock at Cape Kiwanda was a 7-foot sandstone rock shaped like a duck's bill. Pretty straightforward. Even though it might not sound super exciting, people who had been there really liked it. It used to attract a bunch of tourists every year until something unfortunate happened. In 2016, the formation toppled over. At first, experts thought it had toppled on its own, but video footage was later recovered that showed people knocking it down themselves. Apparently, it was an act of revenge as a friend had recently broken a leg on it. Now that just ruined it for the rest of us. The group of vandals who toppled the popular landmark asserted that they did so to eliminate what they called a safety hazard because a friend of theirs had broken a leg on the rock formation, apparently thinking that they thus did a public service. So apparently an 18-million-year-old rock formation in Oregon was destroyed by vandals. Astonishingly, the rock of the mountain is esteemed to be 1 billion years old. Number 3. River Country, Disney World. The Rivers of America is the artificial river found in the frontierland areas of Disneyland-style Disney theme parks around the world. Disney World is a magical place as long as you're not trying to visit one of the defunct places that the corporation abandoned. This country-themed water park was the first of its kind in Disney World when it opened back in 1976. Unfortunately, it ultimately closed from more competition from Disney? That's right. In 2005, Disney officially said River Country would be closed for good. It stayed empty for 17 years ever since it opened in 1986, decaying and getting taken aback by nature. The water park had fences around it with signs that said, "Sorry, River Country is closed." Even though it's abandoned, the River Country closing theme still plays and the lights come on by themselves. Looks like Disney didn't cut the power off. The water tower near the entrance got taken down a few years after it closed and was moved. Number 2. Pink and White Terraces, New Zealand. The Pink and White Terraces were situated near Mount Tarawera on the shores of Lake Rotomahana's warm silica-rich waters. During the mid-1800s, people from all over the world came to see the spectacular terraces cascading into the lake. If you had been born a couple of hundred years earlier, you might have had the chance to see the natural wonder of the Pink and White Terraces of New Zealand. These breathtaking terrace pools formed when geothermal springs erupted, leading to the gradual buildup of pink and white silica, which occurred naturally in the water. Many other settlements were destroyed in the same eruption, which is considered the deadliest since the Europeans arrived. However, some researchers have speculated that part of the terraces still exists underwater on the lake floor. When Mountain Tarawera erupted on June 8, 1886, Lake Rotomahana also erupted, destroying the terraces. Number 1. Original Penn Station, New York. The first Penn Station was a stunning piece of architecture in New York City. It opened in 1910, showcasing the Beaux-Arts style and became a must-see spot. From the 20s to the 40s, it thrived with over 100 million passengers yearly. That's a whole lot of people, man. Sadly, in 1963, they moved Penn Station underground to make room for Madison Square Garden. It's a pity they couldn't have a say, and the station's history wasn't preserved. At the time, one argument made in favor of the old Penn Station's demolition was that the cost of maintaining the structure had become prohibitive. The building, designed by McKim, Mead, and White, was finished in 1910, providing the first direct rail access to New York City from the south. The only remaining parts of the original station are the underground platforms and tracks, along with scattered artifacts on the mezzanine level. Thanks a lot for joining me on exploring these tourist attractions that defies all expectations. If you found yourself questioning the existence of such places, then you're not alone. Remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed our adventure and share your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more offbeat explorations. Until next time, stay curious and keep wondering why certain tourist attractions make it on the map. Take care and catch you all in the next video.